This is Thomas with Believe and Run.
Robbe with Believe and Run.
And we're here with Brian from Altra. Brian's one of the co-founders along with Golden.
Yep.
And we were talking about Altra, the balance shoe, the foot-shaped shoe, the zero drop shoe.
Right. Yeah. As you said, the balance shoe, pretty much, are you the only one that makes zero drop across the board?
I think so, at least with cushioning.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So anyways, we got some new...
Good point.
Yeah, nothing super minimal.
Yeah, not minimal. These are lots of cushion here. Balanced cushioning.
So we got a lot of exciting stuff coming for 2022, and we're gonna go over the road line in this video, and then we'll also jump to the trail line a little bit later. So yeah, let's get into it.
Well, let's talk right here. This is the shoe that's out now. That just launched. It's going to be carrying through. This is the Paradigm 6, and this is our highest cushion road shoe. It's also our most stable shoe. So what we're looking at here is we have a really wide, stable base. Okay. One nice thing with Ultra is when that big toe is able to engage, that is natural stability. So Ultras are inherently stable, like the natural foot is. But what we've done here is we've put in a guardrail. Yeah. This is something that we've pioneered for years and years and years. And the guide rail, think of it like bumper bowling. It's only going to engage if and when you need it to. Where most arch supports are actually going to be actively pushing up against your foot, this is dynamic support. That's going to support you if and when you need it.
So your foot is sitting down in that rather than...
In that, yep. Okay. And then if you roll in, it's actually going to engage, kind of align you forward.
Okay. So when you see the stack, it's not that this is where your foot is landing. It's actually cradled in there, in the rails, keeping it, like you said, like in bowling, the bumper bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is using our new Ego Max. So we've been using Ego for years. It's amazing. We found a couple of little formula to make it a little softer, but also a little bit more durable. So this is that premium cushioning, high mileage, stable. We've got an Innov Arch right here, which is really cool. This system right here actually wraps all the way underneath the foot and connects underneath the foot. So it actually hugs that archway really nicely.
And we've seen that in Provision before.
The Provision as well. And this is the Paradigm. So the Paradigm is our high cushion. And perfect segue, high cushion, max right there. And then if you want to go down in cushioning a little bit, we have the Provision. So this is kind of your $160 super premium. This is going to be that $140, a little bit lighter weight, a little bit more flexible, not quite as much stack height, but still very, very, very stable.
Yeah.
Awesome. So this is basically more traditional, and this would be your max cushion.
Right. That's exactly right.
And this is already out, correct?
So this is already out right here. This is just launching right now.
Like this
is
now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is an early spring 22 launch. So it launched last week.
Yeah.
This has been out for a few months, but it carries over through all of next year.
Because we just put out a review for that last week. This one, I don't think we've actually reviewed this yesterday.
These are both the solutions for stability in the Altra running shoe collection.
Yep.
Correct?
So a little bit more natural alignment, a little bit non-evasive, but still very, very, very stable. I mean, if you look what we've done here, where your foot is, right, the natural stability points are going to be your medial and lateral metatarsal joints, and then the back of your heel. And you can see how we flared each one of those points to just give it a little bit more platform where your foot is going to naturally need that stability.
Right.
This one, we do have a guide rail, but it's a little bit smaller, okay, in terms of that guide rail. But we also have that arch straps right there. And again, just in a really beautiful, sleek package. I think our colors and designs are some of the biggest improvements over the last year or so.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And which one of these is Kara Goucher's favorite?
Kara loves the Paradigm.
All right, so likes the cush.
Yep, she likes that cush. This was absolutely, Kara Goucher was involved in every level of testing and developing this shoe.
Nice. All right, awesome. Let's move on.
Okay,
Torin.
So let's get to the Torin. The Torin is our best-selling shoe. So the Torin 5 is out now. It's absolutely fantastic. So the Torin 6, same outsole and same midsole. Okay, so this is the other shoe, along with the Paradigm, that has that Ego Max, that premium cushion. So you're looking at a $150 price point here. What the new 6 has, and this comes out in June of 2022, it's going to go to more of a seamless knit, a very, very performance knit instead of a mesh. We've updated the tongue substantially, so it's going to be much softer on the edge, but still very padded throughout. And then we've added that nice slip-in heel collar that just allows you to slip in, sinks that foot right down in the heel and cups it very nicely. So this is our #1 selling road model. Great, that high mileage, everyday trainer that just feels great.
And just to be clear, you used to do halves for like upper updates, and now we're doing the normal numbering system.
Whole numbers only, but again, which one's a full update and which one's just an upper update, well, that's what we'll have to just describe verbally to you.
And but so far from the lineup, this is probably my favorite Altra. Like, it just fits a little slimmer. And can you talk a little bit about the 2 different foot lasts that you have going on for Altra.
Yeah, that's actually a great segue here. So we have 3 lasts that we use. 3 lasts, 3 fits. So we have our original last, and that's our roomiest and our widest. So that's going to be found in the Escalante, the Lone Peak, and the Olympus. Those are the only ones with that really full volume, particularly wide.
Right.
Then we have our standard last. That's what most of our shoes are built on, right? That's the Torin, Paradigm, Provision, Timp, Superior on the trail. That's going to be that standard. That's really kind of our middle ground. And then for that consumer that just has a lower volume foot or who wants something a little bit more narrow, we have a new, it's new, a slim fit. And that is found, in terms of the road, in the Rivera only.
Awesome. The skinny jean of Altra.
Yeah.
The skinny, but it's still foot shaped, right? It's just going to be a lower volume, both in terms of height and a little bit snugger through the midfoot.
This is what I'm looking for.
So
this is
so if you have a
exactly
lower volume foot and you're just like, I love the concept of Altra, but my feet, boom, we now have a road shoe, and we'll talk about a trail shoe we're launching here shortly. So the Rivera is out now. It came out in February of 2021. Rivera 2 comes out in February of 2022. Same outsole and midsole here. We're just really gone a subtle, a little bit more durable and yet breathable mesh that we've updated, as well as just a little bit more midfoot wrap. And we felt that we might have had a little too much padding in the collar. So a little bit more of a streamlined collar. Very similar to the Rivera 1. The Rivera 2 is just fine-tuning that new fit and feel. Lightweight.
What about the foam?
The foam, in terms of, this is Ego. So we're using Ego foam on this. You're looking at a $130 price point. It's just a straight, neutral, lightweight training shoe.
Gotcha.
Awesome. Let me check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool?
that's my biggest issue with Altras is that I do have a low volume foot, narrow foot with a high arch, and so some of the shoes I do get some play in the front. So this is exciting for me.
And we feel like Altra's always been known for that foot shape fit, but we recognize that there is different levels of foot shape, and so away from the traditional, we now have 3 separate fits. Original, which is our widest and roomiest, standard, which is what most of the line is on, and now we do have this new slim fit. Also, we do have a new carbon racing shoe coming out soon as well that we can't talk about. That's also on this more slim last. So that's our last. That's our last story.
Is the reason it goes onto a racing shoe is that snug fit really can help get the most out of the carbon plate. And
Correct. Yeah, exactly right.
Now the Torin also worked for me as far as this was probably my favorite Altra to date. The Torin worked really well for my foot, even though it isn't on the really slim side.
Yep.
So.
But again, in terms of where should I start with Altra? It's like the Torin is just absolutely awesome.
For sure.
So, and then we do have the classic, all new. We're really excited to showcase this, the new Escalante. So the Escalante has a huge following. People love it. And we've just enhanced, I think, what people want and what people need out of the shoe. So first of all, the upper is the roomiest upper on the road shoes. You've got that super comfortable knit upper that people love. I think the colors are going very lifestyle.
I like it.
But at the same time, in terms of a running shoe, what we've added here is it's a little bit wider throughout the midfoot, so it's going to be more stable. And we've added a little rubber as well, so it's going to be a little bit more durable. So the shoe can actually hold up more on the road. It can be a little bit more stable for gym use, but it looks sleeker and trendier than ever. And so this Escalante 3 launches in June of 2022. So we're really excited about for the new Escalante 3 launch this summer.
Cool.
Brian, what shoe do you put most of your miles in?
Well, to be biased, I'm a trail runner. I live in the mountains in Utah, so I do most of my miles on the trail. But when I do run on the road, I almost always just take the Torin because I know it's consistent. It cushions for long distance, short distance. It's great for walking around the airport. If I'm packing for a trip, if I'm going out for a run, I do think the Escalante is more my style in terms of road. So I've run and raced in the Escalante a lot, but kind of my go-to really is the Torin.
Awesome. Well, that's a great look at the lineup for the road shoes.